ladies and gentlemen, and being a producer of Wrestle Massacre as well as Inside Movies Galore, I am David Strege, and welcome to Delusions of Grandeur. Enjoy the reviews. I certainly did. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Delusions of Grandeur. I am David Strege, and here I figured I'd go on about a film that I saw shortly after it came to home video on VHS, believe it or not, back in 1999. I was in freshman year of high school, and the first time that I saw this, I remember it very clearly. I had heard about the surprise and realization in the ending of this particular film, and I am a firm believer that if you were not told about this film, that the realization would be a surprise for you, and that not many people would have been able to guess that final realization. Anyways, let me go into who directed the film, who produced it, and all that jazz. So, the film is probably the first film that M. Night Shyamalan was actually made a name for, using the production companies of Hollywood Pictures, Spyglass Entertainment, the Kennedy and Marshall Company, and Barry Mendel Productions as well. And being distributed by Buena Vista Pictures, which eventually Buena Vista Pictures either was or became a company that was owned by Disney. So, the film involves a psychologist by the name of Malcolm Crowe, who has a wife in the very beginning, and they come home from an awards ceremony that he had won an award for being like one of the best psychologists. And unbeknownst to them, an intruder has entered their home, and it just so happens to be an ex-patient that Malcolm, played by Bruce Willis, had in fact tried to help and had not succeeded in helping, which led to a gunshot wound. Later, we see Malcolm Crowe, Bruce Willis's character, writing down information about a little boy by the name of Cole Sear that he has not even met yet, who evidently has similar symptoms that this other boy, Vincent Gray, that haunts him. And I think this film touches on many things. It touches on fear of the unknown. It touches on bullying. It touches on the fears a mother has to go through while worrying about her son and the situations that her son gets in. Evidently, the mother is played by Toni Collette, and her mother evidently has died or in the past, and so she's still dealing with some grief while having things happen to her son. Like, as the film transgresses, Cole um, has a problem, and it's a big problem, and he doesn't know what to do with it, because he keeps seeing these people who are hurt every day, and he speaks, and he's fearful of these people, and he knows what they are, but he doesn't know who to talk to, and he doesn't know who to trust. It is definitely a young boy dealing with a huge problem that he was either born with, or he gradually came into it, and it kind of looks more and more like he was born with it, because there's a collection of photos where there's a little light that is somewhat like in all of the pictures, and the other thing that is going on in the background is that Malcolm Crowe's wife, Anna, seems to be coming closer with a younger man from her jewelry store, and Malcolm begins to see this, even though he thinks that, you know, they are still together and they just have their problems. As he gets closer to the boy, he eventually realizes that the boy is not the only one who needs help. It's his subconscious that eventually needs clearing. In a sense, this film deals with life after death and the other side of the spectrum that we don't really get to see. After a person dies, what do they do? Do they stick around to help people? What do they do in the end? Is there a life after death? Is there, these are questions that we always have when we're thinking about death and dying. Well, some of the characters in here are dead, and some of them don't know that they are. What would you do in this situation? I enjoyed the performance of Haley Joel Osment extremely in this film, and I think that Toni Collette, at the moment when Cole breaks down and actually eventually tells his mother exactly what's going on, I always cry at this moment. I don't know why, but every time I watch this, even though I will say that if you have not seen this film and have not been told anything about this film, the realization of what really is going on will surprise you. So that is why I say that this film is worth at least a one-time watch, because for that one time, you will be wowed. And I think that kind of, realization, that slow dawning, that, oh my God, did that just happen? Kind of reaction. And that is why I picked it up. Eventually, I picked it up on this cool 2-disc Vista series set on DVD. I will not go pick this up on Blu-ray. I think it is just fine this way, and I just really like this set. Even though I'm not exactly a fan of the paper, I still thought that it was a decent set to pick up. And let me just see what's in this thing. So apparently this came with Okay. So it came with this little booklet. And I believe it's got uh, a menu of some kind and probably, yes, a few drawings from the storyboard. So, yeah, kind of a unique set that we used to put out for it. I think this was one of the better sets that they came out with. I think they came out with one for Tombstone too. What's in this envelope here? As you can see, this is a white envelope, and it says on here, "The Sixth Sense, a storyboard sequence." M. Night Shyamalan, the director. So apparently, on this paper, there is the same storyboard. I think that I think is relayed in here, and these are drawings of the storyboard. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of unique. So this is what you're missing when it goes to Blu-ray. I kid you not, they do not do this. I do not believe for the Blu-ray set. This was a one-time thing for this particular set, and if you got rid of the set, shame on you. This is a collector's item. So, and it was very hard to find for me for a little bit. Other than that, I really enjoyed the performances. Bruce Willis, Haley Joel Osment, and Toni Collette. And on that note, I will end this review on Tommy Tomasino. Really does suck balls, doesn't he? Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed my description of this film. Like and subscribe my page if you have not. Definitely check out some of my earlier reviews. Check out some of my future reviews. I will definitely not. I will definitely keep it entertaining. I like to keep it real with you, and I just enjoy describing these films to you, even if I'm spoiling them for the rest of you. I speak them in my own way. I have a disability, so I believe that I actually do have a way of describing these films for other people. And if you don't think so, fuck you. But anyways, definitely check out some of my other reviews. Thank you for listening. Have a great day, evening, or morning, wherever you are. Appreciate the time spent on my page. You're welcome. I spent the time to describe this for you. Enjoy.